All right, welcome back to another 2021 MLB Draft Show. Tonight we've got Bryce Miller, pride of Texas A&M. Bryce, welcome to the show, man.
How's it going?
Good. Hey, we were really excited when we heard about the steps that you had taken this summer. It sounds like you had a big velo spike. You touched 98. I want to open the floor to you to start the show and just allow you the opportunity to kind of introduce yourself to maybe a future fan base that's going to be rooting for you or anything like that.
Yeah, so it's been kind of an interesting ride. I going into college, I didn't really know what to expect. I went to Blinn out of high school as a two-way and was going to play outfield. Was going to pitch a little bit, but was more focused on the hitting part and playing outfield. And sure enough, after the fall, I was a PO. So my hitting career ended quick, but um, yeah, after a semester at Blinn, focused on pitching, and that first year, my freshman year, things started to kind of ramp up. Um, I think once I started to focus on throwing and began to actually learn more about pitching, I got better, pretty quick. And I think there was one particular night where I think I was up to 96 or something at San Jack, and that was kind of when everything started. And then after that, I got the opportunity to come to A&M and have have been relieving ever since, and had the opportunity to come back this year, get to graduate, got to switch over and get back to starting. So it's interesting how things work out, but it's been a lot of fun along the way.
Well, talking about fun on the mound, like we were mentioning, up to 98 on the mound this summer. Really touching new heights, getting into a different tier. Probably the Sunday night guy for Texas A&M this upcoming season. Can you kind of introduce the listeners and the viewers to what your arsenal is? Kind of talk about the fastball, talk about the breaking stuff, and anything in between.
Yeah, so I should be going on Fridays. So I'll be throwing, I
Friday,
think,
correct?
yes, it'll be me, and then Dustin Signs, and then I believe Chili. So, but yeah, going into it, this summer the main focus was, if I'm going to be making that switch from closing to starting, I needed to work on my curveball, work on my changeup. So that was one of the main things I worked on going into the summer. And right now, I think I'm in a really good spot with all four of my pitches. All of college up until this year, I've pretty much only been fastball slider,
Mm-hmm.
and going into the summer and going into this fall, being able to use the curveball and the changeup, and also using the top of the strike zone more. That was another focus I got. Um, I really worked on, getting the fastball up, using the spin rate to an advantage, and getting it up there, and having all four of those. It's definitely it's made things a lot easier, but velo also helps. So having four pitches with adding that fastball up, it's been a lot of fun.
Now, have you gotten to the point where the curveball or the changeup kind of feel more comfortable than the slider, or do you still feel like you kind of got that one-two punch?
Yeah, I've always been, as I said, all of college has been fastball slider only, but recently I've gotten very comfortable with the curveball, and to a point where I would rather throw it just because I feel like it plays better off my fastball.
Sure.
Um, so change up, it's coming along. It's not where it needs to be quite yet, but it's coming along as well.
So at Texas A&M, you had mentioned that you're looking at spin rates and putting the fastball at the top of the zone. Your curveball playing better off that fastball. How much do you integrate tech into your arsenal? I mean, Do you get on the Rapsodo and the Edgertronic to kind of see how those seams mirror each other, or how do you like to use that?
Yeah, so it's kind of been something that I've looked at more recently. We've always had TrackMan and Rapsodo at A&M, but I never really got into it until this past summer. Once I decided I was coming back to A&M, I just kind of took some time during quarantine and looked over that stuff, and um, I've always been more of a feel guy and not someone who dives too deep into that stuff, but it definitely made me realize that I needed to use the top of the strike zone more, um, which also helps the curveball, helps everything really. I was kind of towards the end of the season last year. I felt like I should have been missing more barrels than I was, and now that I'm using all parts of the strike zone and using other pitches, it's um, made it a lot easier, and I'm missing more barrels like I felt like I should with what I have. So um, yeah, so the Rapsodo and the TrackMan definitely helped out on that end, and without those, I probably would still just be focusing on fastball slider down and away, but um, that's where they've gotten me.
So this year you had a teammate, another arm, Asa Lacy, get drafted early in the 2020 class. Kind of talk to us about what it was like working under Asa, and just what kind of things could you take away from his game?
Yeah, so he's actually my roommate. He's also the reason I'm in a hotel right now. So uh, he came down with the corona, so we got sent over to the Hyatt. But yeah, no, he was always someone, ever since I came in, I looked up to. Just he was, it's hard to match his work ethic, but um, he always, every time he went out there, he was going to dominate, and that was the main thing I took from it. Just he worked hard, and the results showed.
Well, let's talk a little bit about running the gambit here at Texas A&M. I want to ask, you've been there for a couple of years now. You've been on travel. You've been to different schools. Is there a hitter that you've faced off against at this point in your career that was just a little bit more pesky, a difficult hitter to go up against?
Um,
You could also include the Cape Cod League because I know you worked a little bit down there.
yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Coming in the last few years, I was relieving, so it was like I would get, if I did get somebody, it would be one time. But
Yeah.
recently, I got to watch Will Frizzell, guy on our team. He's been someone that's been tough to pitch to. Extreme power. I think last year or the year before, he hit one like 497 on TrackMan or something. But he's been a guy that's been tough for everybody to pitch to this fall on our team. But
Man, 497. That'll play any park. All right, Bryce. Well, I won't keep you too much longer, man. I want to ask you one more question. You've got between now and the 2021 MLB draft, we're looking at another 6 months. Besides going out and obviously dominating the competition in 2021, what sorts of things are you looking to improve on? How are you looking to grow in the next 6 months to become a more complete pitcher?
yeah, so ever since the summer, whenever I got back to focusing on starting and stuff, I think I've learned something every time I've gone out there to throw. Every week I've gone out and started. I feel like I've gotten better, but going into the season, I want to get out there, throw every weekend, prove that I can start, because I haven't done it all college, and get out there and prove I can go through the lineup, 2 or 3 times a game, and go deep into games. That's been kind of the question mark, because for me personally, I started my senior year of high school, but that was the only time, and all of college, it's been, relieving or closing. So going into the season, that's the main thing I think I need to do. I'm gonna have to stay focused, throughout the game, through 6, 7, 8 innings, and just get out there and prove that I can, go 100 plus pitches instead of blowing it out after one inning. But I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think I'm in a very good spot with all the pitches and feel and everything. So I'm excited to get rolling. Tired of playing the Aggies every week.
Well, hey man, I expect 98 every fastball, every single one of them. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, man. We really like the stuff. Excited to see where 2021 takes you, and good luck the rest of the way, man. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right.